Hey everyone, we're back, and today we are going to talk about my PlayStation 1 NTSC US collection, which is the American games that I have. I don't have that much, so it's gonna be the similar length, but I'm gonna be talking about these specific games more in details. I played every single one of them, so they are more interesting, and starting with Crash Bandicoot. I got this for pretty cheap back in the day. It's not that good. It's not in a really good condition, but yeah, it's an absolute classic. Basically, Sony wanted Crash to be the mascot of PlayStation, and in a way, he became the mascot of the PlayStation 1. There is this infamous commercial with Crash and talking shit about Mario, like his reign is over. I don't think so. This game, the first one, is rough around the edges. There is a bunch of really difficult stuff in the game. And yeah, I played this as a kid back in the day. I could never beat it, but when it came out on the PlayStation 4 again with the Insane trilogy, I actually beat the game. This one and all the other ones as well. It's a very, very difficult game, especially that you don't really get that many lives. There are some really tough stages, like climbing up on the side of the castle. There is also the one with this stupid level with the turtles. It's like an incredibly difficult game, especially for kids. There are high difficulties, and then in later games like this one, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, actually, it's much more approachable, I think, easier. And then Third Warped is something that it shouldn't really cause a lot of problems, but we will talk about that later, because this is the NTSC copy of the second game. There is like the hub world in there. There are high jumps. This is actually a lenticular cover. It's kinda 3D, but it's a bit scratched up. It's not in the best shape. It's falling apart. But yeah, Crash 2, absolute classic. I think it is better than the first one, worse than the third one. It's right in the middle. And this is one of the games, it's actually the game series that made Naughty Dog such a legendary studio. And they are still making games to this day. And if we want to talk about classics that pretty much made the PlayStation, this is one of the big ones. Metal Gear Solid. What is there to say about this game that haven't been said? It's an absolute classic. I haven't beat it. I want to play it in the near future. I haven't really gotten into Metal Gear yet. It's a bit intimidating. I don't know where to start, but I will probably start with this one on the PlayStation 1. An absolute classic. And this is one of these double cases, because it has, actually, if I can open it, it actually has one. There is the manual, and there is another disc also. It also talks about Silent Hill. I have a European copy of the game as well, I think. I'm not really sure, because I know I have the VR missions, and then that one comes with the Silent Hill demo disc. One of them. I think it's VR mission, maybe? Or maybe, we'll see it later, because it's in my possession. So, yeah. Wonderful, colorful manual. Konami back in the day was something else. I mean, this is one of those system seller games that really just defined the PlayStation 1. You can see Snake there. It's really one of these kind of games. When somebody is just talking about the PS1, Metal Gear Solid is one of the top 5 games, probably. And, that's why I need to play these games. I need to go and play it. I think it pretty much holds up really well. I recently ordered the Metal Gear Legacy Collection for PS5, so I'll probably play these games on there, although it sounds really good to play it on my Sony CRT TV, so yeah, we'll see. I like these light gun games, and Point Blank 2 is pretty good. I have the other one. I talked about this in the last or maybe the previous video about Gumbullet and the other one. I'm not sure what the title is, but yeah, I got them the same time as the other light gun games I got. And yeah, it uses the Namcom GunCon. It has a ton of mini games, and it's a really good shooting gallery game that's pretty much family friendly for the most part. Just a wonderful, colorful disc. It's such a shame that they don't really make discs and manuals that nice anymore. I mean, even in the inside you can call a tip line, and yeah, the disc is a bit scratched up, but other than that, like point blank, it's really fun, arcadey light gun games. And since I have a CRT, I can play these. I also have the GunCon. Maybe later I will talk about that as well. Again, absolute classic, Resident Evil 2. This is... oh, you can win a part in the movie. So yeah, this is from a time when Resident Evil really exploded, especially with this game, especially with the PlayStation 1 version, although it did have PC, and I think it also had an N64 version, but this is probably what people usually played, and especially that, you know, a bunch of people actually bought it on PlayStation because it was cheaper, because it was really expensive, and it's like one cartridge on the N64. But yeah, it's also a double disc game. So we have the Leon campaign here, and yeah, this is the manual. It's not as colorful as like a Konami game, but yeah, strategy games, action figures, upcoming Resident Evil movie. It's already started promoting, and then, you know, the movie came out with Mila Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson, or whatever his name. And I don't know, I don't like those movies. Maybe I should watch them again. I only saw a couple of them, but it's not really my favorite. And also an advert for Breath of Fire 3, coming March 1998. I think this game is like early 97, maybe, or late 97, early 98, probably. And of course we also have the second disc with the Claire playthrough, and I think canonically you should play this is the disc one, so you should play the Leon one. I haven't actually beaten this game. I played it a bunch, but it was just, yeah, you know, too hard for me, because you have to get the ink ribbons, and then that's like a consumable, so you cannot save a bunch of times. So basically I was like, yeah, it's not really for me. Ooh, scary. So eventually I beat it on the new remake, the PlayStation 4 remake version of the game, and that's just one of the greatest games of all time. That and Resident Evil 7 really made me a fan of the series. I played them, and then, you know, there was no going back, so I played pretty much all the other modern ones. I'm still missing... I still have to finish the second half of 6, and then 0 and 1. I'm hoping that they are going to make a remake of that, but yeah. This is an awesome game. Talking about awesome games, what can you say about Silent Hill that haven't been said before? It is just hands down one of the greatest games of all time. I've only beat this one time with a friend, so I really need to play this again, because I have played two times plus the remake one time, and I have played 3, so I want to get into Silent Hill more, because I have been getting into Silent Hill recently, but I want to get into it similarly like Metal Gear. So yeah, absolute classic. Creepy face. There is this nice manual in there. There is also, ooh, scary. And, you know, I think Silent Hill, the first one, is a bit underappreciated, because there is a remake of 2. 3 has been re-released, so I think the first game they should make a remake of the first Silent Hill. The content isn't that much like with the other games. It's not that content. I guess you would call it like content rich as the other games. But I hope Bluebird team makes a remake of this one as well, because they did an excellent job on grabbing what Silent Hill 2 feels like, and the atmosphere and the music and the game itself. So I hope that they are going to make a remake of that as well, and then, you know, of this as well, and maybe like a remake of 3. And there are some lesser known games that I have. There is 2 more. This is one of them. This is Street Fighter Alpha 3. It's a fighting game. I'm not really into fighting games that much. I tried this. It's fun. It's a Street Fighter Alpha game. There is like registration and whatnot. That's about it. But yeah, I found a bunch of these American games one time on the flea market here, because, yeah, you know, why not? Just looking around. And I found them for like the equivalent of $1 each. So I grabbed as much as I could. I had a little bit of money back in the day because I was poor university student. But yeah, like Street Fighter Alpha 3, I think this is a really good one. And I'm not sure if they ever really released the Alpha games or in their original form. I'm not sure if it's in like any other Street Fighter collections, because I know that they have like the anthology, so that probably has this. But they usually just re-release the Street Fighter 2 games, which there is just, you know, like a ton of that. And last but not least, one of my weird ones in my collection. So this is Street Racer from, actually, if it's from Ubisoft and Vivid Images. So this is, well, you can see it looks like a wacky racing game, and it is. It's basically a Mario Kart, a Super Mario Kart clone, actually. So you have this sort of Mode 7 rotating 3D track with mostly it's not really like 3D animated characters. It's more like 2D sort of characters with the moving 3D tracks. I think this was originally on the Super Nintendo. It came out on every single console later. But yeah, it's a basic kart racer game. So for me, the appeal from these kart racing games is the fact that they have a lot of different characters that you know. So it's like Mario Kart, or you can see like Sonic Racing transform, or there is Crash Team Racing. So there are well-known characters that you like and you want to play as them, and you want to choose your favorite character and race with, I don't know, Luigi or Mario or Sonic. And with these games, it's like, oh yeah, it's a mascot racer game, but it's like angry dude with baseball bat, Barbie girl with, I don't know, handkerchief, stereotypical Fonzie character, stereotypical Japanese sumo character, slightly offensive Arabian character with flying carpets. So I don't know. It's not a really that good game, although it has something that not a lot of other games have. It's an 8-player game as well. So Crash Team Racing has 4 as a maximum. I really don't know any other racing games on PS1 that has an 8-character mode. And, you know, even back then they talk about like, you know, 60 frames per second, even in 8-player mode, 24 tracks, custom weapons and whatnot. So it's starting to go into the right direction, but I guess it wasn't really a success despite they released on basically everything. But yeah, Ubisoft, I'm not sure if they ever made one more kart racer game like this. There are some rally games, they had the driver games, but other than that, I don't think that they ever made another kart racer game. So yeah, this is probably their last chance of trying out one of these games, but it's interesting and it's fun to try something like this. I played it with a friend and it's okay. I'm probably never gonna have enough friends and also controllers, although I do have a bunch of stuff to try the 8-player game, but why not? It's a fun game, probably, maybe. I don't know. I haven't played it that much. It has its faults, but, you know, I would rather just play Mario Kart. So these are all my North American NTSC PlayStation 1 games. I hope you enjoyed this. Next time I'm going to be talking about my PlayStation 1 PAL games, but, you know, probably I'm gonna mix it up with the episodes, so sometimes I will talk about PS2, some episodes will be about PS3, so, you know, subscribe, like, comment maybe, see if you played these games, and I hope you enjoyed.